Haley had built a life brimming with quiet satisfaction, her success a testament to years of diligent work and unwavering ambition. At 29, she held a coveted managerial position at a prestigious company, commanding a salary that afforded comforts many only dreamed of. Beside her stood Christopher, her husband of 3 years, a man whose steady, unassuming nature complemented her own drive. Together they navigated a modern marriage woven with mutual respect and pragmatic decisions, particularly about money. Their story began in the bustling corridors of university, a chance meeting in the freshman orientation that blossomed into love. Unlike many of their peers who chose conventional paths, Haley and Christopher forged their union with both eyes open. Haley nurtured her career, breaking glass ceilings, while Christopher gracefully supported from the sidelines. She earned notably more, yet neither jealousy nor resentment marred their relationship. Their finances operated on a clear, equitable principle, an exact 50-50 split of all living expenses. Each retained personal freedom over remaining funds, a system that, while pragmatic, also underscored a subtle social inversion. Despite surface stability, the texture of their life was uneven. Household duties bore heavier on Haley, while Christopher seemed content to drift through domesticity with minimal effort. Socks lay abandoned, empty cans collected on tables, and moments meant for connection often dissolved into shared silences, filled by the glow of a phone screen. One chilly autumn evening, Haley arrived home after a taxing day. The email's subject line tugged at her attention, a debit notice for an exorbitant amount. She frowned, recalling that she had indulged a little more than usual this month. But this was something else altogether. Her thoughts briefly drifted to the lurking question of unused subscriptions or forgotten charges, yet the simple act of logging into her credit card statement felt burdensome. The login password seemed lost to time, buried beneath other digital debris. Besides, the thought of the credit card company's limited working hours, a mere 9 to 5 on weekdays, sapped her motivation to investigate. Within this digital haze, online shopping had become her occasional refuge, a balm against the grind of work. Opening a parcel still managed to lift her spirits, however fleetingly. But that evening, stepping into her apartment felt like crossing into a chaotic realm. Socks sprawled across the floor, half-empty soda cans littered the table, and atop the sofa rested a phone alongside a casually discarded sweatshirt. Christopher hadn't bothered tidying up, his presence absent in more ways than one. "Honestly, can you at least toss those socks into the laundry?" Haley asked sharply, her voice a mixture of fatigue and frustration. He glanced up briefly, irritation flashing across his face. "It's just a little thing. You don't need to make a mountain out of a molehill." "But it's not just the socks, it's everything. Empty cans, clutter, and when I come home tired, there's nothing, not even dinner ready. I'm juggling this, and you?" His smirk deepened, and the familiar refrain followed. "If you want it done, do it yourself." Their exchange spiraled, voices raised against an uncooperative backdrop of apathy. Yet even as annoyance surged, Haley questioned whether her standards were reasonable, or if the stress of balancing work and home blurred her judgment. Days later, a subtle change emerged. Christopher began coming home late, citing work demands and overtime. Haley welcomed the shift, assuming his newfound diligence would bring more calm to their shared space. She doubled down on housework, not noticing what his absences truly masked. Then came the peculiar discovery. Arriving home earlier than usual one evening, Haley wandered into Christopher's cluttered room. Amongst the debris lay a neatly wrapped package, the unmistakable logo of her favorite boutique gleaming under dim light. Could it be a birthday gift? The thought kindled warmth in her chest. But time passed. Her birthday came and went without fanfare or mention of the gift. When she finally confronted Christopher, his dismissive response, "I gave you something last year. Why not be grateful?" cut deeper than any absence of presents. Suspicion began to fester. A sudden announcement followed. Christopher's first overseas business trip. Concern prickled Haley's senses. Their company rarely sent employees abroad. and Christopher had no history of business travel. Questions nagged quietly as his departure drew near. On the morning he left, Haley bid farewell with a tight smile. Yet driven by a mix of hope and dread, she peeked into his room once more. The gift was gone, but the chaos remained. Coca-Cola cans on the floor, unopened bottles scattered carelessly. The evidence of neglect lingered. Work that day was a haze. Her mind was fractured, hands trembling over paperwork as a sense of foreboding gnawed relentlessly. Then the call, voice professional, cold. Ms. Haley, we regret to inform you there has been suspicious activity on your credit card. A charge of $330,000 was made in the last 24 hours. Time seemed to slow. The weight of disbelief crashed upon her. Her card was gone, stolen. As the reality settled, turmoil unfolded in waves. Calls to the card company followed urgently. Christopher's phone calls multiplied, initially concerned, then unnervingly desperate, finally defensive. Her investigation spiraled deeper. Computer searches revealed a trail of luxury cruises booked under Christopher's name, lavish travel packages for couples with mysterious dates and destinations. Emails addressed to a woman named Rio surfaced, each message a whisper of a secret life. The confrontation was inevitable. Who is Rio? Haley's voice was raw with hurt and betrayal. Christopher fumbled, his denials unraveling quickly. An admission emerged, chilling in its honesty and disregard. Infidelity funded by her stolen money. Shattered but resolute, Haley refused to be a victim. Legal advice was sought, possessions packed, and divorce papers drafted. Every step was a battle to reclaim control and dignity. Unexpectedly, her in-laws formed a bulwark of support, their righteous anger fueling steps toward justice. They confronted Christopher sternly, negotiated terms, and provided Haley with a refuge amid the storm. Christopher's return was marked by emptiness and rejection. The couple's home was stripped bare. His efforts to reconcile met with cold finality. Back at work, Haley found solace among colleagues whose empathy reminded her she was not alone. A night out with friends became a cathartic release, laughter mingling with tears, stories shared, and the slow healing that follows honest connection. The scars remained, but so did strength. From ruin rose renewal. Haley's future gleamed bright with possibility, a beacon for anyone who has faced betrayal and chosen to rise beyond it.